Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. Kellen here with Droid Life, and today we're taking a first look at the LG V30, the latest stuff and things phone from LG. Now, it was just announced at IFA, and we can finally start talking about it after having spent not only some time with LG in the phone, but also by ourselves with this guy, a preview unit. So we've got tons to talk about here. This is a big deal for LG as we head into the end of the year and the whole holiday sales period. So let's talk a lot about that. And also, trust me when I say you want to keep this one on your radar and watch this video, because even with the Galaxy Note 8 on the way, this is a phone you'll want to pay attention to. What are we looking at with the LG V30? Man, a whole bunch of goodness that starts with this display. The LG V30 packs LG's new 6-inch POLED QHD FullVision display. I know that's a mouthful, but this is the same one we expect to see in the Pixel XL2 when it arrives. This is a big deal because LG was once readying a move to OLED, only then stalled and stuck with inferior LCD panels for a handful of years. But this is a welcome switch, not only because OLED technology has gotten so good, but this particular panel should be tougher, more efficient with the phone's always on display, while also allowing for these sweet side curves because it's more flexible. Since it's full vision, that also means the 18:9 ratio takes up the whole front of the phone without much room for bezel. This is most definitely another major improvement, even on top of LG's recently released G6 that had an LCD full vision. Look at this bad boy and tell me it's not pretty. But not only is it pretty, that lack of bezel, which LG says provides an 82% screen to body ratio, means a big old screen without a big phone. This is a mostly one-handed phone and finds a nice balance in size between the regular Galaxy S8 and Galaxy S8 Plus. In fact, after using the phone for the past few days, I can tell you that this might be the sweet spot. Outside of the display, LG also packed in a Snapdragon 835 processor, 64 gig storage, 4 gig RAM, 3300 milliamp hour non-removable battery, IP68 water and dust resistance, and dual camera setup. Now, those dual cameras here are once again improved over previous gen phones from LG, now sporting a 16 megapixel f1.6 standard shooter along with a 13 megapixel 120 degree wide angle camera at f1.9. While we've yet to fully test the cameras here, LG's implementation with that wide angle lens has always been our favorite for dual cameras, and expect this to be the best one yet. Not only that, but this is the best looking setup for LG too, with a nicely done minimal housing. Please take note there, Samsung. In the video department, LG is really pushing the camera's ability to provide professional video color grading, wider dynamic range, and this cool target zooming that no other camera does. Should you be in the mood for video controls, the V30 has them like it has in the past. As for other goodies, you've got wireless charging in this phone, a well-positioned fingerprint reader on the back that doubles as your power button, bottom firing speaker, USB Type-C port with fast charging, and a headphone jack up top. That headphone jack, of course, means quad DAC action in the V30. LG tells us that it's bringing the quad DAC globally this time too, so in the US you won't get screwed out of that pure sound goodness that only LG and a couple other manufacturers seem willing to provide. In terms of software, this phone isn't running Android Oreo and it won't be at launch, even though we thought LG might try to sneak it in as they have in the past. It is running Android 7.1.1 with LG's latest UX 6.0 Plus skin. As someone who isn't typically a fan of LG's software, this version isn't bugging me so far and performs pretty flawlessly even on this preview unit. One of the standout or noteworthy features is the floating bar that has replaced the V series' secondary ticker display. That's right, there is no more secondary ticker display, but the floating bar gives you a similar experience at all times without adding extra size to the phone. Other than that, it's pretty familiar LG stuff, though you will find those quad DAC controls, theme options, an improved always-on display, and even a custom voice recognition unlock code. Finally, I feel like I should point out that this is probably LG's best design to date. I was pretty hard on the V20's design, but this is miles ahead. It's a lot like a mix between a G6 and a Galaxy S8, which is a good thing. You've got front and back glass, curved edges, and a metal frame, and a phone body that really feels great in the hand out of the gate. And so there you have it. That's just a quick look at the LG V30. We'll obviously have a ton more in the weeks ahead as we approach that LG V30 launch. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of the action as we get there.